Hi, I'm Lucy and today I'm going to explain a little bit about why I stayed in Taiwan. So if you like the video, please don't forget to like and share, subscribe and ring the bell. So obviously it was never my plan to stay in Taiwan. Taiwan was meant to be just for a few months, but that's not how things ended up. And most people assume that that is because of Alex. Well, that is not the case. I think one of the reasons Alex fell in love with me was because I loved Taiwan. I think it was because I had such a good feeling about Taiwan. I had a really good attitude about the environment and about the people and about my life here. And I wanted to stay more than he did. In fact, he stayed here for me rather than me staying here for him. So the reason why I stayed in Taiwan is actually because of two Taiwanese women who have loved me and cared for me and supported me all these years. So basically, before I met these two women, I was still in backpacking mode. I was still very much planning to stay for a short time, just kind of surviving here. I think if you look back at the Zhongli video, you will know that I never intended to stay in Taiwan. I did not immerse myself in the culture or the place at all until these two ladies came along. I always felt like home would be where my family are. Back to the UK because I don't have family anywhere else. Any foreigner will tell you the same, that living abroad without a family, without a support network is really, really difficult. But these two ladies have really changed my entire thinking on this. This way, come. There's a bird up high. They taught me so much. They taught me about the culture. They taught me my 브금대 and how to order food in restaurants. They took me to new places. They really showed me what Taiwan has to offer. They showed me the generosity of the people, and they were meant to be my bosses, but they weren't my bosses. They were my teachers, my mentors. They were my friends. And I can honestly say that now they are my family. Hold my hand. You got to wear your mask. Come, let's go get Daddy and Gaga. Yeah. So, at the time, I really didn't know how lucky I was. They'd given me such a good feeling, such a great experience. And I assumed that all bosses were the same. I really thought that this was what it was like in Taiwan. I couldn't believe how generous and kind they were, how nice they were. They took me for dinner with their families and introduced me to their friends, and they welcomed me and they made me feel like, oh, go. And they made me feel included. I think it was the first time I felt like, while I'm never going to be a local, I can live here and I can be accepted and I can do a job that I love and have family and friends in a different country that wasn't my own. I think I'll forever be grateful for them because I would never have this life without them. And it wasn't until years later when I heard people's horror stories about their bosses, and I had a couple of bad ones myself, a couple of not so great experiences, that I started to realize just how lucky I was to meet these two people at the beginning of my journey, right at the beginning when my decisions were being made. If I had met the others earlier on, I don't think that I would be here right now. Finfin, look. Turtle. over here. Look.
Turtle, right?
What do you see then? Caleb, Mummy just made a video about the person in Taiwan I love the most, not including Daddy and you guys. Who's my favourite person in Taiwan?
Nanny Nicole.
Yeah, it is. Nanny Nicole's my favourite person in Taiwan. Why?
Oh, I know. She gives me stuff.
What does she give you?
Sometimes candy.
Oh, she gives you candy.
Uh-huh.
And what do you do together? Does she read to you?
Yeah.
Does she dance with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why the favourite person.
So that's why she's your favourite person too?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm making a video about the people in Taiwan that I love the most. And I'm gonna be honest, it's really difficult to show my feelings when I'm wearing a mask. It's difficult to show how much love and how much appreciation and how very, very grateful I am when you can't see my smile. I hope that when you watch this, you can understand just how much these two people mean to me and how much they changed my life. So despite the mask, I hope you can feel my love. Hope you can feel my appreciation. So I think I have mentioned before that what I feel really makes me love a place are the people more than the scenery or the place itself. And this couldn't be more true in this case. These two women changed my life and they still do. They make me a better person today. And I won't say their names or show their pictures because I know they will feel really, really embarrassed. I think as soon as they see this, they will know that I'm talking about them. They were my inspiration. They were the people who made me a better person and encouraged me to always try my best and always improve myself. They're the ones that the children call Nana. They're the ones that if I have a problem I go to, or I need advice, or I want to share something great, if I have good news, they are the first people that I call. And they're also my biggest supporters. Always have my back and always try to help me where they can. It's not easy living abroad without family. I think these are my people, these are my family, these are my best friends. They're the ones who do all of those things that my family wishes they could do for me, but they're not here. They do all of those things that when I feel homesick, I know I can rely on them and stay here because I have that. That is what allows me to dream and allows me to plan a future here. Okay, I better say goodbye. This is getting very long. So if you liked the video, please click like, subscribe, share, ring the bell, do all that YouTube jazz, and I will be forever grateful. And yes, I will hopefully make another video very soon. So until then,